Hi everybody, I hope you're having an amazing night. It is starry out here. It's beautiful, it's warm, and it kind of feels like magic tonight. So I thought that it would be a perfect time to do our second to last minor arcana tarot lesson. Today we're going to go through the court cards, and we are going to talk about different ways you can try to read them, as well as how to apply them to different people and some fears and concerns. We'll talk a little bit why people have so many problems with these cards for some reason, or at least my theory. Before we get into that, I just wanted to share an amazing customer service story that I have. I recently lost my my Ace of Wands in my Tarot of Wonderland. And I was so upset and so sad. So I messaged Llewellyn customer service and I told them that I had lost my card and I would pay if they could ship me a replacement one. I was expecting them to get back to me and tell me that they couldn't ship it because they don't ship books to Canada right now, so I figured why would they even send me anything? Customer service got back to me and they are actually going to mail the card to me. They said they put it in the mail yesterday. I thought that was awesome, amazing customer service from Llewellyn. I used to order books from Llewellyn way back in the day. Before the internet, you'd have to fill out a form on paper, mail it with a money order, and they would mail you books. And I remember even back then always having great customer service. So I don't mean to plug a company on here, but I was just really, really impressed with how kind they were to me and how willing they were to help me, and to send it free of charge was super cool too. Anyways, there's not enough good news in the world, so I wanted to share that. Let's get into our court cards. There they are. The cards that give everybody so much trouble. I just want you to stop and think and look at these cards. Hopefully you have your deck out. I always feel like kind of a perv saying that. It never sounds right. But hopefully you have your deck out and that you're looking at these as well. If not, we will wait for you. But just take a look. First of all, how old do you think these people are compared to, say, the Queen or the King? What do each of the suits mean, and what first impressions, just based off what you know from the suits, do the pages give you? An easy way to associate these cards with people is to really keep them in their elemental category. That way you can assign them to zodiac signs. And if you know anything about zodiac signs, which most of us do, at least a bare bones knowledge is all you need, you can use that to make reading these cards so much easier. So we're going to start with Earth. Earth people are Taurus, Capricorns, and Virgos. Okay? Where this is a page, it's the first of the court card. It represents the beginning stages of life, a young person. Likely someone who has not lost their virginity. Seriously. That's kind of what keeps them at the kind of that stage of innocence. So, earth signs stereotypically are down to earth, of course, wise, logical. They're homebodies. They like to take care of people. They can be a little bit stubborn. They can be, they can get stuck in a rut, that kind of thing. So what kind of person would this page be? This page would be a child who could be a little bit stubborn, a child who, or a young person who's very wise, like an old soul. Maybe someone who's connected to the earth, an earthy young person. It can also represent the person getting the reading, their own inner child or their own inner youthfulness. Plus there's trees and plants, the mountain. There are so many little things that we can get into in regards to the symbolism in these cards. So cool. Okay. Page of Swords. Swords are air. Our air people are Aquarius, Libra, and Geminis. Air people, they like to talk. They like to tell stories. They're good communicators. They're good at getting their message out. They're also, they like to tell, like gossip sometimes too. They kind of like to stir the pot every now and then. They're intelligent, they enjoy a good conversation. They enjoy learning and having a little, I want to say like bickering, but not really, like debates, They like to talk. They're smart. Sometimes smart asses, and I'm sure any Aquarius, Libras, or Geminis listening to this would agree. I hope. Page of Wands. Fire. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Spontaneous, fun, stubborn as well, confident, the life of the party, good sense of humor, never is bored, willing to try anything, passionate, a doer. Fire people get things done. Fire people, they're successful. They're people that really will put the work in, if they're going to do something, they're going to do it. They get it done. They're very much people of their word. Sometimes they can be a little bit too sharp-tongued though, and they can say things that are hurtful, or they can be insensitive to the emotions of others. So again, a young person. So this young person could be someone who is very active or hyper or just funny, extroverted. And of course the Page of Cups, so water. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Our water babies are our emotional type. They're creative. They're moody. They can kind of go into a shell, like Cancer, basically. They are the type to hold on to the past. They're also homebodies. They like to take care of others and nurture, similar to Earth. They're really, really good at helping people emotionally, or counseling people, or like doing anything where you need to connect with someone's spirit. Speaking of spirit, water people can be a little bit spiritual or psychic. They're interested in the other side of life. Not that the other signs aren't as well, but water people are kind of destined for that. So the pages, children, young people. This could be a wise old soul. This could be a kind of smart-mouthed little wild one. Or it could be a child that's excelling in school. Confident, theatrical, out there, athletic, just funny, good to be around, warm, creative, quiet. I see these two as the old soul cards and these almost as newer souls when I look at these. It has nothing to do with the signs. It's just kind of the impressions that I've always had of the cards. Just to throw that into as my little tip. But this kid, quiet, reserved a little bit, moody, could be destined for like depression, things like that. So sensitive. Okay, so pages, young people, elements. That might help you. Next up are the knights. Similar story. I'm not going to go through the qualities of each of the signs and the elements again. It's the same throughout, same kind of qualities, but they're all a little different. So knights, the thing about the knights is that they have horses, and the horses kind of tell you a little bit about these people. Knights, I always feel like, are people that are like bringing you a message. They are coming into your life. Could be an affair or a hot, passionate rendezvous, you know, those kind of things. A quick decision. I really like the night cards. You guys probably can hear my dryer too, sorry. But you know, you gotta do videos, laundry, all of it. You can do it, you know, you gotta take care of it all, right? Let's try to get a little closer. So, the Knight of Pentacles, what do you think he would be bringing? What kind of message do you think he'd be bringing? I look at it like the pentacle's a coin. What if it's a message for work? It could be someone that you're working with, man or woman. I should state that as well. I look at the knights and the pages as gender fluid. So it just depends on the vibe that I get, or maybe the other cards. This could be someone at work who is giving you a message about a promotion. Or it could be someone at work. This looks like really bloody back here, right? So what if there was some pain or some hurt, something, some bad news could be coming as well to the home or to family, unfortunately. The Black Horse. I really like the Knights. It's beautiful to look at the cards through the camera lens. So I kind of get captivated by them. I get a little bit hypnotized, I guess, looking at them. Sorry. Oops, put him back over here. Knight of Swords. I think he's interesting. He's the only knight that's really like charging ahead. So I find that with him, he definitely doesn't stick around. He would be someone that, say in a love reading for a single woman, he would be the type of man who would charm you, have sex with you, and move on. He's not there for a long time, but he might give you very fond memories. He wears his heart kind of out there though, and he's out of control with it. He's given his control away with his heart. He's given it to the horse. So to me, that is a symbol that he could even be tied up with another person. The butterflies, there's been transformation going on, so he could be trying to change. This could also be an argument that could be brewing. Someone coming into your life that could be argumentative. Blood again. These two have blood, the other two don't. And I think that's really interesting. I just noticed that right now. I'm always saying it, but you learn new things as you go. Every time we look at the cards. The Knight of Wands. Passion. And this could be passion for a new hobby, or maybe you're trying to start a healthy habit. It could be kind of like saying you need to, if you're going to go in, like be passionate, stick with it. Don't just give up after a couple of weeks. This could represent a fiery man that's in your life, or a fiery woman. Someone who's spicy and interesting and just courageous. I love the lizards. The lizards to me are about regeneration. Someone who's been through trauma in the past and they've grown back their tail. Someone's tried to cut them down and they just grow, they come back. Someone who doesn't take no for an answer. And always, as always, these are just my interpretations, your interpretations, your feelings. That's right for you. It's always going to be the case. Doesn't matter what books and people say. It really is about your connection to these cards. This is a romantic person. This could be someone that is very romantic, very sweet, very charming as well, very emotionally available, but they're a clinger. They're sensitive. They need your attention all the time. They're going to probably, out of all the nights, this night would stick around the longest. They also have a message, though, a message of love or good news is coming your way. I think the fish, to me, always Pisces, right? A water sign. The white horse, which is what death rides on, which is interesting and something to think about. Creation, creativity, being inspired, having someone in your life who's inspiring to you, wanting to do better, wanting to grow. So those are the nights. Messages, people coming and going. A good time, but not a long time. The beautiful queens. So the queen and king I do see as queen are females and the kings are males. That's just me. However you see them. You're going to get tired of hearing me say that, but it is so important. Our Queen of Pentacles. So think about those earth people, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Think about those signs. Think about women you know. She looks very motherly to me. Very Mother Nature. She's got a lot of plants around her, more than any of the other queens do. Lots of love, lots of roses. I feel like she would be a really great mom. I think that she's the type of mom who would bake you cookies and tuck you into bed. And actually, it just made me think about my own mom who, growing up, she would always put our towels in the dryer so they would be warm when we got out of the tub. That's this type of mom. She goes the extra mile. She's very thoughtful. It's also saving money. Maybe this is a woman, a female financial advisor, or someone at work who's in a high position, who can help you financially. This could also be an overbearing woman, someone who's too stubborn, someone who won't mind her own business. Queen of Swords. Some people say she's kind of like the bitch of the tarot. She's the one that's going to tell you how she feels. If, this is a type of lady who you don't want to get mad, or you don't want her mad at you. She can be temperamental, but I also see her as someone who's transformed. This is a woman who has transformed herself. The butterfly imagery, the cherub, it's very air. It's an air card, but it's very much an air card. You know what I mean? And I really see this as a woman who is transformed, a woman who has more to her story. Maybe she has a tough exterior, but there's a reason for it. This can also be like a boss, like a female boss, someone who has to call the shots, someone who has to be the leader. And sometimes we know in society, and hopefully this is changing, but a lot of times when women are bossy or women call the shots, they come off as bitchy when really they're not. So this card can kind of represent that too. The cards are always kind of current with everything. I love that she has a little spider. That's what that looks like to me. It could be something else. It could be just a tassel. But I always see it as a spider. And that's because air signs are the talkers, they're the networkers. She's good at that too. The Queen of Wands. Beautiful card. Just gorgeous. I love her. I don't know, my camera's not really focusing that good tonight. It's shitty. Anyway. Love the cats, the lion imagery, the lionesses. This is a confident woman. This is a strong woman. I kind of almost sometimes see her as like the matriarch or like the grandmother. She's got a pretty sunny disposition. She makes people happy. She's had many lives before, so likely an old soul of a person. That's how I see the cat. Very strong, very fierce. Really love her. And her heart is on her collar. So definitely someone who thinks with her heart. And then the Queen of Cups. She's beautiful. This is a woman who can get away with using her beauty to get what she wants. She can be a seductress. She's also very moody, can be a little unstable, very creative, lots and lots of ideas. Very, very much a caregiver. Creative, emotional, psychic. I'm getting all caught up in looking at the card right now. That's why I'm a little bit sounding dazed, but I just love it. What's in her cup, you know? What mysteries can she unfold? That's another thing, a mysterious woman. Everyone knows and loves when tarot readers say someone mysterious is in their future. Well, this is one of those cards. She's kind of mysterious. And last but not least, we have the Kings. So, same thing. Think about the zodiac signs, their attributes, and then see this, like the King, as like the last level. So you've mastered it. So before, with the King of Cups, I guess we're going to work backwards now. Mixing it up for you guys. This card called to me though, so I'm going to talk about it. The King of Cups, for example, if you want to look at this as a timeline, and you can put the Queen at the end too, like girl power, I'm all for that too. But for sake of how I've been just doing it forever, I'm going to do it my way, which is this order here. So, first stage, second stage, you're like almost there, you did it. So this can also represent the experience someone has had emotionally, right? Cups, emotions. It could be a relationship, the beginning of the relationship, the kind of first sexual encounter, the emotional, the love, the having the children, or traveling, or whatever you and your partner feel compelled to do. This is growing old. This is losing that partner maybe, or it could be an end of the relationship, or it could be a long-lasting love into old age. So it's kind of like the phases. So also think about that, because the human experience is in all these phases, right? Kings. How do these guys make you feel? Our earthy king. He kind of... Oh, this is actually something I want to talk about. Instead of going into all their attributes, it's really the same, right? Like it's the same. Earthy, air, fire, water, right? Spirit, emotions, mind, body. Finances, your intellect, what you're interested in, your passions, your spirit, your soul a little bit. Also see your soul over here. Your emotions, your heart, your love life. So all of that, right? But another thing the court cards can help you see is that different kind of qualities. So this usually is your stereotypical tall, dark, handsome man. The pentacles, they are all like your dark hair, dark eyes, people of the earth, like really down to earth kind of. They could be shorter or stocky or well built, like very well built, muscular, athletic. Okay. Air people, sandy, like blonde hair or light brown hair, wispy. Very like light, so smaller frame, skinny, lanky. Just kind of pale eyes. Like kind of hazel maybe, like just kind of just your average. But these people, like they're I say average, but I guess it's not true because they're striking. Like they're the type of people that are striking. They transform as well. So these are the type of people who are really into their personal grooming. They want to look good. They want to take care of themselves because they have the butterfly. So they're always transforming. They're always changing themselves. Redheads, come on. Our gorgeous, beautiful redheads. Auburn, strawberry blonde, anything with like a red tint, green eyes, blue eyes, brown eyes, gorgeous redheads. And I see these ones as are blondes, so blonde hair, blue eyes or light eyes, very light hair, light skin. These people are a little bit emotional, so they can be they're soft, right? Like they're not, where these folks are stocky and firm and muscular, and these ones are like tall and lanky and skinny, athletic. And then these guys, these are the curvaceous ones. Like these ones are sexy. Like they have sexual bodies, if you know what I mean. And then these guys, they're kind of like chubby. Like they're cute. They're pudgy. They're like little marshmallows. This is where I fall in. So just think about that too. Gray hair, that's another thing. An older person with gray hair. Light, watery, blue, that kind of thing. So use these to describe different people. Do you know someone who fits these descriptions or has the qualities of a pentacle person or a sword person or a cup person? Think about that. Think about different ways you can connect the court cards with people. I know a lot of the exercises have been connecting them to people in your life. This is the definite most easy assignment because these are talking about people. They can represent the person that's getting the reading, but I think most of the time they represent other people, which is why I think we have, as readers, so much trouble with court cards. When you begin in your reading talking about other people, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable situation. They may not know a woman with sandy hair, red hair or like auburn hair and, light skin with freckles, or they may not know a woman who is fiery like this. But what they don't understand, and what we sometimes don't understand, is that you meet so many people in the run of the day. You don't know that every person that you meet in the run of the day, if one of them is going to become significant in your life. So what happens is when we start talking about these people, your querent or the client might say, I don't know anyone like that. This happens to me a lot. And then I will say, okay, well, you might meet them. Like, just keep it in mind. And a lot of the time, people will come back and say, yeah, remember that gray-haired man, that older man? I met him. I know who that is now. So that happens a lot, but we get nervous and we don't want to put ourselves out there and start making predictions about other people. And I really think that's what gives people trouble, is just comfort. But trust the cards, trust them. That took me so long to really trust the cards. There were so many times I would have a message that I didn't share in fear of being wrong. And I did it. So that's my advice to you, is to please, please, please trust the cards. Compare these to people, and we will be back with another lesson on just a little review of the minor arcana. Thanks. Have a great night. Bye.